Welcome to this lesson. Today we're going to do some review to get ready for a 7th grade unit on proportional relationships. Today you will review ratios, proportions, rates and unit rates, and you will review how to draw a model or a double number line to represent ratios and how to calculate reciprocal numbers. Let's start with ratios. A ratio is a comparison of two numbers. So here we're comparing the numbers of cats and dogs, and this can be written a couple of different ways. So we've got cats to dogs. We could say 4:3 with a colon like that, or we could write 4:3, or we could write with a fraction bar 4:3 like this, cats to dogs. A proportion is an equality of two ratios. So we're going to see an equal sign here. We had 4 cats to 3 dogs on our previous screen, and that's equal to 12 cats to 9 dogs that you see on this screen. This is a proportion. A rate is a ratio of two quantities that have different units. So in the cycling example here, the units are miles and hours, 66 miles in 3 hours. And in the reading example, the units are pages and days, 195 pages in 5 days. So those are rates. And a unit rate is a rate with a denominator of 1. So here's a speed limit, 15 mile an hour speed limit. And here the denominator would be 1. And the mileage, miles per gallon, 56 miles per gallon. The bar here represents the word per. We can convert rates to unit rates by deciding which quantity is per the other quantity. So in the case of cycling, we want to see miles per hour. So we will write 66 miles per 3 hours and then divide 66 by 3 to get 22 miles in 1 hour. And our unit rate is 22 miles per hour. In the case of 5 movie tickets costing $75, we want to know the cost per ticket. So we're going to look at dollars per number of tickets. So $75 per 5 tickets is $15 per ticket. So our unit rate is $15 per ticket. You can draw a model to represent a ratio. Here we have a ratio of 3 to 2, or we could say 6 to 4. If you were to count all of these and not reduce it down. And we're drawing a model, some squares to represent the situation. It's a simple drawing. It's easier than drawing all those cups to just draw squares of different colours. A double number line can also be used to represent a ratio. It's useful when we have different units. So here we have cups of sugar and cups of butter in a recipe for sugar cookies. And the lines must be parallel. You can see here that the two lines are parallel. There are corresponding numbers. So if you use 2 cups of sugar, you would need 1 cup of butter. If you use 10 cups of sugar, you'd use 5 cups of butter. So you can see there are corresponding numbers and tick marks. And it shows you that there are many pairs of numbers in the same ratio. Again, we're seeing a proportion. 2 cups of sugar to 1 cup of butter is proportional to 10 cups of sugar and 5 cups of butter. And then to calculate reciprocal numbers, we need to know what number we can multiply 1/2 by to give a product of 1. How many halves are there in 1? There are 2 halves in 1, and I'm going to write 2 as 2 over 1. And you will see that this is the same numbers as in 1/2, and we just flip the numerator and the denominator. So 2 is the reciprocal number of 1/2. And similarly for 1/3, we could multiply 1/3 by 3. Take 1/3 and flip it to give us 3 over 1. And the reciprocal for 1/3 is 3. So for 4, let's write it as 4 over 1. We'll multiply it by 1 over 4. That would be 1. So the reciprocal of 4 is 1/4. Similarly, the reciprocal of 9 is 1/9. The reciprocal of 2/5 is 5 over 2. And then the last one here, 2 and 1/4, we need to convert it to an improper fraction first. So 9 over 4. And if we flip those numbers around, 4 over 9 is its reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 2 and 1/4 is 4 over 9. So today we reviewed ratios, proportions, rates and unit rates, and you saw how to draw a simple model or a double number line to represent ratios and how to calculate a reciprocal number. That's the end of today's lesson.